Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to convert an image into 3D. Just few tips before starting off. Choose an image which has more depth. In my case, I have chosen a matte painting which is downloaded from mattepainting.org. You can see I've got a lot of objects in the foreground. This rock over here, the trees, various things at various depths. So let's start with Photoshop. In Photoshop I'm going to split the image into layers. So let me show you what I have done. This is the original image which I have got. So let me turn this off. So here I have the sky. I have split everything into different layers. Background, mountains, and the one in the foreground, the tree, and the rock. Yeah. So once you have done this, save it as a PSD. So let's move on to Fusion to complete this. I already have my comp opened up here. I'm going to take you through this flow. So to start off with, let's import the PSD document which you have created. Go to File, Import, PSD. So let's choose this. So this comes in different layers and it's already merged. So you get a flattened image. Again, you still have the control over layers, or you can just go with a simple loader and choose the same. So again, this comes as a flattened image. So if you want to extract the layers from here, go to Format, and from the layer options you can choose the different layers. So let me take a copy of this, and if you go to Format, you can again get a different layer. After importing the different layers, apply them onto image planes and arrange them in the 3D space. So let me show you what I have done here. I have different layers arranged at different depth. When you do this, make sure that you set up the scene huge, so that when you move the camera, things which are close move fast and things which are far away move less, or it will be just like zooming into an image. It will not have that depth in it. So let's see what we get out of this. So still it looks flat, so we'll make some changes onto this. So let's add displays to the image planes. Let me take up two viewers to see the change what we get. So let me move on to the first layer. Here it is, and I have it projected on my image plane. So I have a displays and a blender over here. So let me enable this and see what change it makes. So let me turn it off again and again turn it on. Right. So I have a displays node and the input is just coming from the same images green channel, and I have blurred it just to make it little softer, make the displacement a little softer. So I have done the same procedure for everything. So I have the next layer over here projected onto the image plane, and I have the displacement over here. So let me enable this as well. So you can see the difference. So I have done the same onto this tree as well. I have it on the image plane, and I have a displacement over here. So one thing, when you do displacement, you have to check your image planes subdivision level. You need to have the right subdivision level, or it might create a problem. Going through the flow, I have the next layer, and I have added few paint nodes here and there. I have, my matte is too sharp, so just to soften it, I have added some paint nodes over here. And again here I have a displacement. So let me just enable this, so I can see I have a bump over here. Right. So moving over, I have this grass projected onto an image plane, again a displacement. Alright, so let's move over to the main one. Again, enable displays over here, and again enable the displacement. And for the ones in the background, I have not done any displacement. Two mountains, and again one over here, and the sky. The sky I have put it onto a cylinder shape. So looks better after adding the displacement. Still there's no life in the scene, so let's add some waterfall and birds into the scene. So I already have a waterfall video over here. So let's see how to extract the waterfall alone from this. So what I have done here is I have used a bitmap mask. So let me show you. So I have the bitmap and I use the blue channel and adjust the threshold value, and I need just the waterfall. So I have a poly over here drawn across the waterfall and put it on, connect it onto the bitmaps mask input, and change the paint mode of the bitmap to minimum. So once we have done this, so let's see how to use it. So take up a merge and take an empty background with alpha 0, just to put a waterfall on an empty background, put it onto an image plane. So let's connect this and let's see what we have over here. So now we have a waterfall over here. So next let's add some birds onto this. So again I have a GIF over here. So again it doesn't have any alpha, so I use again a bitmap mask to extract an alpha. So this time I'm using the luminance value, again threshold value adjusted. So again as usual, take a merge and an empty background with alpha 0 and the bitmap mask going onto the mask input of the merge, and I have varied the time speed of this just to make it slow, and I have it on an image plane over here, too small over here, and I have duplicate 3D. So the duplicate, just duplicate the number of copies, give an offset just to make it random. Go to jitter and just play with these settings. So and I have a transform 3D which is animated across. So let me show you this. It's taking time. So here I have them animated. So let me connect this. Okay, so let's see. So I have the birds now. Right. So now I'm going to just show you how to render this out now. So finally onto the scene I have a camera, and I have just animated my camera, transform and target. I have used a target cam. Just go over here and enable the target. So I have an animation of the camera moving forward, and I feel there's a lot of hollow space in over here. So what I have done is I have again modeled something inside Fusion just to cover this area over here. So this rock over here. So let's see how to do this. So I have a shape 3D over here, which is a plane. Just adjust the width and height and increase the subdivision level. So I don't want to apply texture directly onto this, I want more control over it, so I'm going to do a projection onto this. So first let's get it like a rock. So I have a bender, let's turn on lighting. So I have a bender, and I'll also apply a displacement onto this again. So let's see this. So I have it right, and you can play with the fast noise settings to get different displacement, and let's move it into the position. Right. So now again I get this texture by projecting it. I have a projector 3D and I have the texture, so I put it onto my model using a projector, and I just have a brightness contrast just to play with this value to merge it into the scene. And whenever you use projection, just make sure you have a light in the scene. Again, if you don't have light, you're not going to see the difference. This light is just for the viewer purpose. When you render it out, you need to have a light to see the change of projection. So looks better. So let's add a bump into this. So I have a bump map over here. So just adjust the values. I use it as a height map and with a height scale of 6 something. So again, to put it onto the shape, I need a blend. So just hold Control and drag it over the blend and as a bump map material, and use this onto the shape 3D. So now you can see the effect. Again, to see this you need to have lights, so let me turn this off. Right, makes a lot of difference. So let's see the overall. So I have it over here, everything merged, and we have the render. And in your render you have to make sure that you have enabled lighting and shadows. And I need two renders over here because to make it stereo, at the last I have a render which renders the left and one more render which renders the right, and the separation value is decided by the camera. Over here in the controls you have the eye separation value, and once you have rendered out the left and right, use the anaglyph and again connect it to the left and right. So here we have the stereo output. This is the final result. Thanks for watching.